donde estaba todo el mundo.
Gente, we're back live, back at the Fuente Friday 2.0 studio in San Antonio, Texas. Guys, what an incredible past 2 weeks that I was in the Dominican Republic. I have somebody in the green room. We're going to bring him in just a little bit, but I got to check all my cameras to make sure everything's working. Of course, in the studio right here at Fuente Friday 2.0 in San Antonio, Texas. Guys, this has been an incredible 2 weeks when I was out there. Let me go back to the host camera. I tell you, it was amazing. But all I wanted to say is happy Fuente Friday. I'm going to bring in my buddy in the green room. There he is. Hang on, everybody. It is Arnold Serafin. What is going on, my brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Dellis, how are you?
How you doing?
Hey, Tony.
Guys, I'm doing great, but I got to play a little music. Hang on. Just hang on, right?
¿Aló? ¿Quién es? De Cuba, sí, sí. Póngala, póngala.
I had to play that because I thought that was an incredible song that he created. And,
What a jam, huh?
Yeah, what a jam. And the whole song is about, he's gone, man. Let's celebrate. But they're not celebrating still. Arnold, they're not. We have to,
How many more years we got to wait for this, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? The song is a symbol of freedom. It's just hoping that one day that everybody's going to be in the street and we're going to see it live, man. And that's,
Hey, you know what? 2 years ago, it happened, but it got squashed within like 48 hours, and it was a really emotional moment for most Cuban Americans,
Right, man.
But the regime, they squashed it in 48 hours, It's hard when you don't have weapons, man, for these poor people,
No, you're right. But that day is going to come. I know that day is going to come, man. It's just
Tony,
a
I
matter
sure
of
hope
time, It's going to come.
We keep waiting. And you know what? I tell people all the time, I go, the sad part about it is, like, most people in my family have died. All of us waiting for a change or something. And nothing has happened.
And they didn't get to see that change. That's sad. It is. It's totally sad. But I just don't understand it. And I don't want to talk about politics, but, we have to talk about it because, man, it's overdue. It is overdue,
it's long
man.
Overdue.
It's long overdue. Yeah. The people need to be free, and that's just it. That's it. But anyway, what are you smoking tonight, Arnold? And what are you having?
I got a Magnum R54.
Yes, an incredible cigar
with a beautiful Rosado wrapper. And I'll tell you the story, right? With these,
okay.
I had about a half a box left, maybe, in the store.
All right.
And I looked at them, and they looked at me, and I said, "Yeah, you're coming home with me. Sorry, customers, you're coming home with me." And and I got them right back in that little humidor that you see back there, the little electronic humidor. See?
Yeah.
So,
I love that blend.
Again. Let's see that humidor again. Let's see it.
Good. Oh, you want to see it? Yeah, let me show you.
Where is it?
Here it is.
Okay. No, right there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, it's one of the electronic ones.
Yeah, there's the box.
Little
very nice. Yes.
Well, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Love the. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll show you guys something else I got here. A little treat, right?
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Let me open this one up.
Man, but look at all that booze up there, man. We should be over there, Dellis.
Ah, isn't that great?
I know.
This is the place.
Is that a
rare
place right here? Pink?
Eric says in Smoking in the Lounge, I haven't been invited to yet. Hey, you have
nice.
not
Eric
invited
Eric has been invited.
Yeah,
but he rescheduled on me. Look at these babies. Look.
Oh, nice. Look at it. Take that. Let me see the other one. Very nice. Oh, my gosh. Look at that.
Forbidden X.
Yes.
This box is
what year is that? What year is that one?
This one is, I think it's this year. Oh, no, 2021.
2021?
So this one is, they only made 250 of these in November of 2021.
think we got Moonshine Charlie in the house. We're gonna bring him in. He's
Moonshine
in the
Charlie
green
down there?
room. But let's see
Oh boy.
who it is. Hang on, guys. We're gonna bring him in, and because we need to let him finish what we were talking about the other day, if you remember, right, guys? Do you guys remember that? Because, where is he? Moonshine Charlie.
Oh, there he is.
What is going
The
on?
man, the myth, the legend.
What's up, guys?
Papo.
Carlito, what's going on?
Dime, mano. Hey, Big D. Hey, Anado. What's up, guys?
We're doing good, man. I'm gonna bring Dellis in the house over here. There he is, right there.
There
Hang
he
on. I don't want him taking over the whole thing there.
Oh.
But what is new, my brother? What is happening?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Another day, another hour, another minute, man. Just looking forward to the next day. Love every second of it.
Okay.
Amen.
I tell
Living the
you,
dream.
I was there for a few weeks. We got cut off, and we were talking about the 69, and it was a great story. I don't know if we finished.
Tony. First
Yes.
of all, is this broadcast out of Switzerland someplace? I don't want to get in trouble.
Out of Basil, Switzerland.
It's in a hidden place. Hang on. It's
You
Fuente
can't.
Friday
Hey,
2.0
listen.
studio.
Wait, Tony. Wait a minute. You can't
Yes.
in the same program. You cannot speak about Cigar Family Charitable Foundation and my lifestyle. It really doesn't fit.
Okay. That's it. You heard it right now, guys. We can't mix both of them. We'll get ourselves into trouble. So Rich says Papo. And let's see who else
Hey,
we got.
Papo.
And then we got Eric Padron. Good to see you, he says, man.
Oh, Eric, man, I love Eric. He's the best, man. They're all everybody, man. This one big family. Just let me say something. Look, check this out. I don't know if you can see it.
Very nice. Oh, let's see a close up. Hang on, let's bring a little close up on that. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
The rare pink.
Oh, the rare pink putter.
That is nice.
Okay.
Did that just come out, or what's going on with that?
That is a prototype that I've had for a long time, and it will be shown at the show.
Well, guys,
That's
you
gorgeous.
see it right now here on Fuente Friday 2.0. You guys are seeing the first glimpse before the PCA show, guys. Check it out. That's incredible, man.
It's an exclusive.
Oh, wait,
Wow.
what is that in there? Look at all the engraving. They got a peace sign.
Oh no, yeah, they're on engraving. Love the whole shit,
Yeah.
man. Love.
Oh, bro, that's
I
incredible.
love the smell of oysters in the morning. All that stuff. To stop the nonsense that's going on in the world, man. There's too much hate. We're about spreading the love,
Exactly.
and to me, that's the revolution of the 1960s, man. It's about love. It's about people coming together and against killing, against fighting. It was music. It was making love. It was hugging each other. It was just smelling the air, man. I think that's where we have to bring things back to.
No, and you're right, and it's going to change. It is because the more that we reach people, whether it be through social
Is my
media,
head sideways
meeting
or
them
is
in
this
person.
my phone?
I think your head's sideways.
It's fine. It's
Is
perfect.
my
Now
head
really
sideways or is it my phone?
Look at that. There you go. There you go. Now
It's
it's straightened out.
driving me crazy, but anyway, yeah, man, it's all good, man. Everything is good.
So
I forgot my hat.
So, we were talking about Arnold. We were trying to find out about Arnold's background there. He's got two knights in the background. He's got a bullfighter. And what was that story about the knights? Why did you get them?
Oh, the knights. So ever since I was a little kid, I've always been fascinated by like the knights in shining armor, right? And when I built this little cabin back here in my backyard, I said, you know what? I gotta go find the knight. So I bought this 7-foot knight, which I think is really cool. And when I got to the lady's house, she had a bunch of like all medieval stuff. And I thought I was just going there to pick up this one. And she gave me that one and the little one and a bunch of other medieval stuff. She's like, here, you can have it. I said, okay, cool. Thank you so much. So it's just
awesome.
part of my little decor here.
Okay.
And
now,
then
what-
the bullfighter was actually made by hand up in like I think they were from Massachusetts, and I bought it from a gentleman who was like 65 years old, and he told me that him and his grandmother knitted it by hand. And I couldn't believe that he was selling it. I said, "Holy cow! Yeah, it's like it's knitted, man. It's unbelievable." So I just thought it was a really great piece. I love the colors, so I kind of put it here in my little bar area, and I think it came out good.
All right.
I
Tony,
really like the way it turned out.
Yes.
Does that remind you of somebody? This guy is like one generation younger than me, at least.
Uh-huh.
And look at all the stuff he has already. He's going to have to do like I did. He's going to have to expand because as time goes on,
Yes, that's right.
Oh shit! Where am I going to keep all this stuff?
You're gonna have to
No.
do
Hold on, I'll
like
show you
you
guys
did at the
another.
wait.
factory.
No, let me tell you something. I'm still waiting for him to come to visit. When he comes and sees me, he's going to say,
Exactly.
"Holy shit,
Oh,
man!"
I can't
You
wait,
know
man.
what?
I can't wait.
Hey, the little things, man. It's the little things that really accumulate to who I am. That they're memories, and that's who I am, where I came from, and I cherish them. And you know, Tony and Dellis, who come to the factory often, I have like a big space and different. Even walking to my space and all these things, I have all these little trinkets and everything, and. Sometimes people come and I tell them you can't touch my altar. I have my eagle's feathers and all that. Don't touch that because I know when somebody and sometimes the people at Rich don't like. I have this little plane made by this old Cuban, made of old tins of the Fuente tins and things of the old days, and he made a little plane in Key West for me. And Rich comes just moves it just like 15 degrees
Oh
and
my
I go berserk, man. I go berserk, and sometimes I tell them, "Don't clean my paintings or my portraits," because sometimes they move, but it could be the big semi trucks going by, or here in the Dominican Republic, we got little, we get shakes every once in a while. But it drives me berserk, man. I go crazy, and not until everything's in exact place, and I do my morning
I'm the same
ritual
way.
every day. I cannot, I go berserk. I cannot think. It just drives me crazy.
including the photos
It
on the
puts
wall.
Yes.
everything.
Oh my goodness.
So
But I
Tony,
tell
you
you,
said Carlito was asking you about this box I showed you the other night.
yeah. I was talking to him about it, and then maybe Arnold. This is a box, Santiago Havanas, and I mentioned that to you, Carlito. I told him I couldn't figure out what the box, the name, why Santiago Havanas. And I think Arnold, you want to elaborate on that real quick?
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Arnold
Okay, hang on.
Arnold knows the answer. Forget about it. I don't
Okay,
even
how
go
about
into the
you?
story. He knows. He knows. But Dallas, where did you find that box? I'm curious.
Yeah. So Samantha's grandfather gave it to Samantha's mother, and her mother gave it to me. God
Wow,
rest his
that's an
soul.
amazing. Yeah.
World War II vet and Korean War vet.
Wow. God bless him, man. God bless him. No, but I'll let Arnold take a stab at it and see what
Okay,
idea he has
so
because I
my
really don't
answer.
know it. If we don't see the bottom of the box, who's the manufacturer, the TP number, we don't know where it was made, but I could guess where
Right.
Santiago Habanos came from. But I'll let Arnold take a stab.
Bueno, Carlito, my guess, okay, was, and I'm gonna throw a curveball that you're probably gonna remember. You remember our good friend Rolando Reyes, God rest his soul,
Of
right?
course I do. One of the greatest cigar
So
makers of his time.
one of the greatest, no question about it. Well, Rolando named his brand because of the Aliado buses in Cuba, La Guagua Aliado,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
he used to sell cigars in the little town, and it was the Aliado buses, and the other buses in Cuba were the Santiago Havanas. So I'm guessing that that brand is a spin-off of that too, of the Santiago Havana bus line.
It could be, but the Santiago Havana bus line, my first thought was it was Santiago de Cuba. And there may have been a bus line, I wouldn't know, but I'm sure there had to be. You're talking about two of the
Yeah,
major cities was Santiago de
right.
Cuba in Oriente and La Habana in the province of Havana, who was the capital. So that could have been the bus
Sure.
line also. It's very possible.
Because I remember Reyes,
But
he named his after the Aliado, and then La Otra Guagua, the other bus company, was Santiago Havana. And this is
and I
obviously
was
before my time and your time.
yeah.
You know,
And I was the I was
I
the
wasn't even
Wawero.
created. The Wawero.
Nah, I was
And
the
look, I got my
Wawero.
box of Lost City up here.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I
My
do
little
want
Fuente
to
section
say,
here.
talking about Santiago, the first Santiago of America is Santiago de los 30 Caballeros, founded in
Oh yeah,
1495
over
by
there.
Christopher Columbus. Yes, yes. Which you will see is it's really something special, man. And the original
Oh yeah.
You know,
city,
I got a picture
where the
about that.
original city where Columbus, where they had a shipwreck in La Pinta with the shipwreck, and they got the pieces and they built a fort, Fort Navidad, because the writing was in December. The original fort and everything, where they first touched land was La Isabela. They named it La Isabela after the Queen of Spain, and then they came across the island all the way through Santiago de los Caballeros, all across to Valle Real, which Columbanus man says the most beautiful eyes that men have set eyes on. I mean, beautiful land that eyes have set has set set on. And I know the Cubans stole that, but it's over here. It's actually they came here. We had a lot of conversations, but the Cubans, listen, I'm Cuban, man.
Who
Everything in
knows, right?
Cuba is better, bigger, bigger, and everything, of course. But
Right.
actually came through here and they settled in Santo Domingo, which is today the capital, and it has the first cathedral, the first university, the first hospital, the first settlement in America. And that's where Columbus remains are today. And someday when you're here, man, when you come with your family and everything, it's a fascinating place that both, it really is a lot of history here
Beautiful.
in this island. That is the island of Hispaniola, not Dominican Republic, Hispaniola. It was named Dominican Republic after the independence. It was the island of Hispaniola, named after Spain. Oh, let
I
me
love
just say
him.
something, man.
Yes.
Today, I spent a lot of times listening over and over to something that my hermano, my brother, Arnold Serafin sent me. And it's a potpourri of someone who was born in the village or the town, the birthplace of my grandfather,
That's
Roberto
right.
Torres, one
I
of the
remember.
greatest, the singer of Caballo Viejo, but many more things. And I was listening to it, and man, brought back, it's like I told him, man, it just being in the playing music and all the songs, and I always listen to the 60s because that's the time when I probably thought I was my best. And, you have so many memories and all the girls, your girlfriends, and all the memories, of your first time memories of everything, when back in those days, 60s and 70s. But when I hear that song, man, it really takes me home when I hear all those songs and everything. So, Arnold, I just can't thank you enough. I sent it to Arturo and I
Oh
sent it
yeah.
to all my friends that would appreciate it. I sent it to Emilio Stefan and a few people, and and everybody just sent back likes and love and just beautiful things. Everybody really enjoyed it. You made a lot of people happy this Fuente Friday. Thank you.
Oh,
Perfect
of course,
timing,
man. My
huh?
pleasure.
Isn't it?
My pleasure, bro.
I
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah.
but if also Arturo, if you go to his Facebook page, how he does all those little different videos of song that he just gets inspired really quick, and it's just incredible, man.
You guys remember the Lost City? No, not the Lost City. For Man or Country, no? ¿Te acuerdas?
Of
Yeah, of
course.
course.
What was it? For
For
Life?
love or country. For
For
love or
Love or
Lover
country.
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 Yeah.
My favorite part of that movie, Carlito, you got to remember it, was when he was trying to. Of course, Andy Garcia is playing Arturo, and he started dating Marianela, right? And they're dancing
Yes.
in the kitchen, and then Marianela's dad had or mother had just passed away, and they had the vitrola on, the
Yeah,
jukebox
yeah.
or the record player, and the old man comes in the movie and turns off the record player, and they were very embarrassed, right? And then he grabs a record, he grabs a vinyl of a Cuban trumpeter named Felix Chapotin, and he looks at Sandoval and he says, "You call yourself a trumpet player, huh?" And he looks at him and goes, "Yeah." He goes, he grabs the record and he goes, "Felix Chapotin, that was a record, that was a trumpet player."
Yes.
That was so funny in the movie, man. And you know what the
It
song? I
was. It
remember
was.
the song they were dancing to, Carlito. They were
You
dancing to
remember?
Quimbombo que rebala.
Yeah.
Quimbombo que rebala con la
Kimbombo
ayuda.
Wow.
¿Te acuerdas?
Oh my
No,
God.
I
That
do
movie
now.
was
I
one of my
do
favorite
now.
movies.
I do now. And I do now. And I
That was
remember
just an amazing scene.
shortly after that scene, one thing that was very impactful was shortly after that scene and all the stuff, how in the middle of the night, maybe 1 a.m., everybody's sleeping. Arturo in the movie where Andy Garcia playing Arturo goes out and starts blasting the trumpet into the streets, from his balcony,
Oh
saying,
yeah.
everybody's screaming. And he says, "Wake up, everybody, wake up." And he was referring for the country to wake up with what was taking
Yeah.
place in the revolution. That was powerful
What a
for me.
great movie that was. That
It
was
was,
powerful.
absolutely. For love of country, everybody should
And the
see it, by
story,
Andy Garcia. Andy did an
yep,
incredible job. Even Arturo said, "Man, Andy's what an actor."
he
Even
nailed it.
Arturo's not easy to please. He's an artist and he's a perfectionist. And he says he don't know, even when you see his amateur and all the way he was moving his fingers and everything, you know. Of course, Arturo was there in all the sets and doing this, and he had someone training, but that's not easy to do.
No.
Andy's a real musician and he's a real lover of the Cuban culture.
Oh my God, yeah. And Carlito, tell everybody about Andy's Tampa connection. They're probably gonna love that story.
Well, yeah, Andy's godfather, uh, who his name is Andy Garcia, also Andre Garcia. Very, 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 very close, like a second father to Andy's from Tampa. And yeah, they go back a long time from Cuba and everything. And Andy has a special attachment to Tampa, let's say. Um, Even though Andy grew up in Miami and he was born in Bejucal, where my grandmother was born. So I mean,
Yes,
Mm.
indeed.
there's a little connection with those things and all that, and especially Andy's mom. We had a lot of people that were living in Tampa who were my grandparents' friends, and whenever I went to Miami and I was able to see Andy's mom, who passed away at close to 100, I think it was only 2 years ago or less. I
Wow.
used to
God bless
always
her.
speak to her about the town of Bejucal, which I used to go to. I used to go to as a little boy, where I used to go for
Mm.
Christmas time and everything. Before I was 4, 5, 6 years old, we used to go all the time. And my grandmother's
Wow.
sister still lived there, and I remember that was the famous festivals, la cachanga, or whatever they used to call it in Nochebuena, tan 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 tan. Every Christmas, man. I
Wow.
remember horseback riding and all the memories I had there. I was there.
Okay.
Last time I was there was right before the Cuban embargo. I remember all my cousins in Cuba. They had these little beards like Castro with the little rubber band, and was pretty. They had the little Castro hat, like the green hat, and all the houses said "Fidel, esto es tu casa." And I remember
Right.
my cousins, who I was trying to get in her pants because I was probably 5 years old or six. She was probably 9, but she had. I don't know if she was a little chunky, but she had little boobies, and I was already into that shit, man. And
Wow, man.
I remember, no, true
I love
story,
it.
true story. A true story, bro. I'm a son of a Wahito, okay, or grandson of Wahito. Anyway, I remember she used to tell me, things like I used to get upset and have arguments with her. She used to tell me like it was just a culture thing. Yankee, go home. You're a gringo. I said, no, I'm a Cubano. No, you're a gringo. You're a gringo. Go home and this and that. Gringo, go home, because that was this whole thing. Gringo, go home. I remember being there, and I remember when the American embassy. I was there with my parents, and Cynthia was probably about 2 years old, and my brother hadn't been born yet, but I remember being with my parents and my cousins, my father's cousins, the older ones, telling my father he had to leave because he was going to get in a fight. He was in a bar, and my father is a Cubanazo, man. Nobody could imagine that he was born in the States and he was there on vacation or whatever. And people were talking. There was a lot of politics, and he didn't take shit from anybody. And he was getting ready to had to take him out, this and that, and that because said, you guys got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. Things are getting bad. And shortly after that, Kennedy, signed the embargo, and we were never able to go back
Yeah.
again.
Can you imagine, Carlito, what I think about it all the time? Can you imagine if that whole Castro thing never would have happened? The connection that Tampa and Cuba had, Miami never obviously would have existed as it exists today, and Tampa
No,
would
Mm.
have continued to be the original Little Havana, which is what
could I
Tampa Ybor City
Could
was.
I just say something? I remember going to Miami uh, through Alligator Alley and everything from Tampa, go down all the, Sarasota, Fort Myers. Naples didn't exist. And I remember when
Right.
we used to go to Miami, we used to go in the summer, my godparents, uncles. It was like a caravan of about 10 cars. And we used to stay in the beach. And I think from what I remember now, going back, because everything's changed so much, it wasn't South Beach, it was North Beach, was a place where all the little hotels, Art Deco and everything were at. And there was hardly no downtown. Miami was a place where the people from up north, the snowbirds they used to call
Yeah.
them, would come down for a
Yeah.
vacation. It was not a big city. Tampa was an industrial city. All the wealth was in Tampa,
Right.
and it's hard to imagine what would have happened if there wouldn't have been a revolution. If there would have not been a Dominican Republic, there would not have been a cigar industry in Dominican Republic. There wouldn't have been an industry in
Mm.
Nicaragua. There wouldn't have been an industry in Honduras. Cancun would have probably been a little village, and Las Vegas would have been one third the size of what it is today. And I really
Mm.
believe that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a sad thing I've come to learn in my life that for others, for some to prosper, others have to pay the price and suffer. And that's been the situation with Cuba. And we see it happen in Venezuela. Venezuela is a disaster. But then you have the biggest city in Florida, Doral, the quickest growing city, built by Venezuelans and everything. Santo Domingo, the capital, all the big skyscrapers and everything, Venezuelan money, families who left. And you see that exiles, you see that people leave for political reasons, but they take their resources, they take their intelligence,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
go to places where there's opportunities and they build. And it's sad. It really is sad. But you asked the question. I really believe that. So could imagine. Could imagine.
And you know something about that? Just today, what I was going to say earlier is that I was reading online that Dominican Republic is one of the most coveted destinations in the Caribbean right now. So you got to be proud of the growth that the country's had, that you have been a big contributor to. That you not only have you seen the
I could.
growth,
I
you've
could.
contributed
I
to the
could.
growth of that country.
I've been. You know what? It's been a hard ride. It hasn't been easy.
Mm.
Through the tough times, it wasn't easy when I came here. But going back 43 years, compared, Dominican Republic was not the third world, was the fifth world. And
Mm.
today, when I travel to the United States, the United States is the third world compared to the Dominican Republic. This is the Dubai of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Mm.
It's
this is the
amazing.
Dubai of the Caribbean. It's the number one tourist destination. Uh, it's the place is really amazing. It's changed so much. It's changing every day. Everywhere you look, you see glass buildings going up,
Yeah.
infrastructure, monorails. But the thing is, over
It's
here, still
amazing.
there's respect. There's still respect for families, respect for people's freedom, for their choices. You still have respect and something, and people want to work. People work, they're
Yeah.
hardworking, they have family values, something that we're losing in the United States, Everywhere you go, service is almost impossible because, you know, companies or businesses, they just can't find people to work. People don't want to work. And,
Right.
I go back and, a matter of fact, I'll be in Washington, D.C. Tony, this is my next thing next weekend. I have a lot of meetings with senators, congressmen, and
Good.
doing
Good.
something with special senators or friends of mine. Uh, and when I go there, I tell them, I go, hey, all this stuff, forget the politics and everything and all the pressure you guys are under. I know, I see it every day in the news, but this has become the third world compared to where I live.
It's
This is not
changing. It
right.
is.
Yeah,
It's true. It's
believe
sad.
me, it's changing. It is. It
Yeah.
is.
It's
Thank
definitely
God
sad.
thank God I live in the great state of Florida and you live in the great state of Texas.
Oh yeah. Freedom.
Cigar
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family Travel Foundation is not only changing one child, it's changing every child, which will eventually change the world. In anything we can, we
Mm.
participate in that.
Yes.
We need more Cigar Family Travel Foundations. We need more people to come and visit it to see what can be done if you really believe in something, if you really give, if you're sincere, and you really show the love and you give it support, what could take place? Miracles do exist, and that's a
They do.
miracle. No one could
And
ever
and,
imagine
and
something like that would ever happen.
it's
No.
because of one dream, and you shared this vision with all of us, and you allowed us to be a part of something that's so rewarding in our lives. But I want to close it off. I want some final words. Arnold, any final thoughts, my man?
It's always inspiring to hear Carlito talk and to hear the stories. And like you said, his vision, his dream became a reality. And I guess everybody's got to be proud about, what he did. I mean, he's changing people's lives down there. It's a big deal. It's, there's only one Carlito Fuente, and he's a genuine guy. And he's got a big heart. So thank God
Absolutely.
for that. Yeah.
Dellis, final thoughts.
I'm going through something here and I just grabbed it. For he has satisfied the thirsty and filled the hungry with good things. Psalms 107:9.
Wow. That's yeah. I
Beautiful.
man, that's just yeah. Thank you, Dallas, for that. That was special. Carlito,
Tony, as far as what could I say to you that I haven't said and I don't say all the time? Dallas, the same thing, Dallas. I'm very fortunate and blessed to have you in my life and to see all the contributions and that you have really, 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 from the beginning, have had your heart and soul invested and dedicated to Cigar Family. But the time has come when you're making a huge difference.
yes.
God bless, man. And as far as to me, the most exciting thing that I want to say is to have someone like Arnold sharing this program with us. To me, is very, very special. He says some things, but I want to just say that the only thing that I've done or I'm doing is following what I was taught. And a lot has to do with, you mentioned so much, the community where I was born, Tampa, Ybor City, a community of people helping each other. Remember, it was the first social medicine in the United
Yep.
States.
Wow.
And there's so much history in the way I was taught. But I'm not doing anything that I didn't have to do because, in a sense, there was something burning inside of me to do it. And it wasn't me. It's not me. It's not the way I think. It's God's work. And through the support and people that believe in me, this is God's work. It's not my work. I'm just an instrument of God. And I'm just blessed to be able to see what could be done and to be able to receive the gift of giving, which I receive all the time, and learn that you can make a difference. And to be just a small sand, a grain of sand in that huge ocean and beach, to be part of this along with everybody else who has contributed in one way or another, because it's not me. It's tens of thousands of people. That's why it's called Cigar Family. And it's all been built and it's all due to the big heart of people who enjoy cigars. And that's the magic of cigars. That's what's so special about it. But to all three of you and everyone that's listening, thank you, everyone that you mentioned. And I just want to say happy Fuente Friday. And let's keep doing things from the heart, because that's all that I think that the Lord is ever intended us to do. We're human beings. We fall. We scrape our knees. We make mistakes. We say foolish things many times trying to be funny or so forth. But the reality is, let's do the work that we were born to do.
Thank you so much, Carlito. We really appreciate that.
Beautiful.
Guys, it was a fantastic show today. Thank you, Arnold, as always, on Fuente Friday 2.0. Dallas, This
Thank you,
platform is
Carl.
for everyone to come join and just share your life, share your love. Carlito has been a very special person in my life. And guys, if you guys can give, I don't care if it's $1, $5, $10, you can give it to our foundation. That is www.cf-cf.org, and come down and visit the foundation. And let me introduce you to the people in the community. It is a beautiful place. It is beautiful children there, and I would love to share what we've been doing there for the last 25 years that I've been there, last 20 years at the foundation. Let me share this and let us share the love with you guys. With that being said, thank you so much. Carlito, Dallas, Arnold, my brother, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Good night.
Thanks, Tony. Good night.
Good night, everyone. God bless.